All right, so today we're going deep on something pretty interesting. It's about how the way we talk to each other, like using statements versus questions,
Mm.
can actually affect how open people are to what we're saying.
Uh-huh.
And, we've got a really interesting jumping off point for this deep dive.
Great.
It's a quote, actually,
Oh, cool.
from someone named Mystik.
Okay.
And I think it'll grab your
All
attention.
right.
Here's the quote. Statements closes the mind and questions open the mind.
Wow. Yeah, just seeing it written out like that with the all caps, you can really feel the weight of those words, right?
It definitely makes you, like, stop and think.
Totally. And you know what's really cool about this quote? Like, it sounds so simple,
Yeah.
but it actually points to something really deep about how we work as humans, like psychologically.
Totally, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
when someone hits you with a statement, especially like a really strong one, it can feel kind of like an attack almost.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like this automatic reaction to like defend yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
But why do you think that is?
I don't know. It's like we automatically have to protect our own point of view or something,
Yeah.
right?
And it's like, there's a reason for that. So it's like when someone throws out a statement as if it's, the truth,
Mm-hmm.
it can feel like they're saying your beliefs are wrong. And it kind of triggers this thing in us, psychologists call it psychological reactance.
Psychological what?
Reactance, yeah. It's like a fancy way of saying we naturally resist anything that feels like someone's pushing their opinion on us or telling us what to think.
Ah.
It's like, boom, this wall goes up and we just shut down.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then we can't even really listen to what they're saying anymore.
So it's not about like what the statement actually says, but more about how it's said.
You got it.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's that feeling of like, hey, don't tell me what to think. That really throws up that wall.
Right, okay. So how are questions different? Like what makes them so good at keeping conversations open?
Well, think about it. When you ask a question, it shows you're curious, right? Uh-huh.
It's like you're saying, hey, I want to understand, and that makes the other person feel like you're inviting them into the conversation, not attacking them.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Instead of like throwing down a conclusion,
Yeah.
you're asking them to participate, to share their own ideas.
Yeah, it's less like a lecture and more like everyone's figuring things out together.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, the type of question you ask can make a big difference too. Like open-ended questions, the ones that can't be answered with just yes or no.
Yeah.
Those get people really thinking and exploring ideas.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Like, think about it this way. Asking, do you agree with this policy, is going to get you a much different response than, what are your thoughts on this policy?
Totally.
With the second one, it's like you're opening up a space for them to really share what they think.
You're not boxing them in. Right.
Yeah, exactly. You're letting them express themselves.
Interesting.
And then, there are questions that are really good at building empathy. Like, can you help me understand why you feel that way?
Mm-hmm.
Those show that you genuinely want to see things from their side.
Yeah.
And that can really, like, disarm people, especially in those conversations that could get a little heated.
It reminds me of that saying, seek first to understand, then to be understood. It's about asking questions and listening before you try to make your own point.
I love that saying. It's so true.
I think when you lead with curiosity and a willingness to ask questions, you're way more likely to actually connect with someone.
Absolutely. It's not always about winning an argument.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's more about understanding where the other person is coming from.
That's a really great point. So, like, to kind of wrap things up here, what we've learned today is that using statements can sometimes make people shut down and get defensive, but using questions can actually open up those conversations and help us really understand each other.
It's like a small change in how we talk that can make a big difference. So, as you go about your day today, I want you to think about this. Try swapping out some statements for questions and see what happens. You might be surprised at how much it can change the way you communicate and connect with the people around you.
Yeah, give it a try.
You might even discover something new about yourself in the process.
Definitely.
All right, that's it for a deep dive today. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.